Hello everyone, my name is Lauren Hibbler. I'm a junior in food science, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the science and sociology of food. So before I begin, I want to talk about a quote that I found online, and I feel like it really represents what I'm going to be talking about. And it's basically, the science and sociology of food. So I'm going to be talking about a quote first, and it's food is both an object and subject of social structure. And so I want you guys to really think about this and apply it, because when I think about it, I think about how food isn't just what we eat. It's involved in everything that we do. It's the social side. It's sometimes when we eat, you think of class, you think of structure. Certain things that we eat represent where you're from, who you grew up with, the amount of money that you have, and there's so much to it. And then on top of that, it's always also the science. So an example of this is when you're in a business meeting, or also when you're just around friends. So when you first see these photos, you think, oh, okay, well, business meeting, I need to have a fork and a knife, I need to wear a suit, I need to do certain things. Or if you're in a social get-together, you're just having fun, you can reach over, you can grab things, you can laugh, you can, spill things on your face. Why is that? I feel like these are questions that I always ask. Like, why is it that when you eat certain things, when you're around certain people, you eat certain things, or when you're in a certain environment, you eat certain things? And so I just realized that the sociology behind food is so important. And so another example is when you're out and about and you see someone with food, or when you see someone who's like, I'm on an all-carb diet. We've heard that before. Why is it that that represents, oh, I'm trying to lose weight? That was at the time what people were trying to do. And so that's just all-carb diet, you're trying to lose weight, just things that are happening. And so another example is how when you see this meal, for me, that intimidates me. Why does that intimidate me? Because I've never been around food like this, because I've never been in an area where I've seen food like this. I don't even know what this is. And so some people have seen this, they've eaten this, they know what it is, but I don't. I'm more used to cheeseburgers, hamburgers, chicken nuggets. And so that's also very interesting to me. This McDonald's cheeseburger, I know exactly where it's at on the menu. I know how I can order it. I know it's going to be about $1.69, whereas the one before that, I had no clue. And so that's very interesting to me. And so during this thought process of me trying to figure out, one, what do I want to do with my life? One, what am I interested in? It always went back to food. And for whatever reason, I just love the fact that it brings people together. It brings out the good and the bad side of people, and I thought that was very interesting. A fun fact about this is that food isn't always available to people. So it took me forever to find, I literally Googled black man in a grocery store, because when you think about grocery shopping, you usually think about women. So that's another thing that you can think of when it comes to food. The gender norms when it comes to grocery shopping, or when it comes to black men or black families in general, they don't get healthy food. They typically go to McDonald's, or but depending on the region that they're in, healthy food isn't even available for them. So all these things all come back to the social and the sociology and the science of food. And so when I came to Purdue, I knew I was interested in food science, but that mainly focuses on microbiology and chemistry of science. So it wasn't until my honors class that I was actually available to see, wow, there's more to it than just structure, and there's more to it than Dr. Oliver talking about the microorganisms that grow when the pH is below 4.6. And so yes, I did, when I first started, I was like, okay, I'm more interested in the science, like what's actually happening. And I feel like that's another reason why when I view food, I don't just see it as, oh, this is what we're eating. There's so much more to food, guys, and I love it, I really do. And so when you think about junk food, even though people look down at junk food, it's still nutrients going into your body. And the example that I have right now is oranges. So everyone knows that oranges are healthy. Oranges are great for you. They have citric acid. They have all types of acids. They have vitamins. They have minerals. And so when you eat them, you probably don't think about that. You're just like, oh, it's an orange. I'm probably going to go to the dining court and get one really quick. But no, like oranges are great for you. And if you're not eating them, so think about the people who aren't able to eat oranges or aren't able to eat fruits in general. They can get vitamin deficiencies, they can get iron deficiencies, and they can get diseases such as scurvy. And so when I think about all the foods that are not available to people, that really has always affected me. And so when I came to Purdue, I didn't really know what I was doing. I knew that I was interested in the sociology behind food, and I was always asking questions like, why do people do this? Why do people do that? And I knew that I was interested in the science of food. So I was like, okay, well, what chemical process is happening here? What microorganisms are here? And so when I came to Purdue, I was able to come to the CELD, and I was introduced to the ACE Food Pantry. And so it was fairly new. It was about maybe a couple months old, and I was able to see and learn about food security and food insecurity, and how the availability of food really does affect how people grow up, how people are able to develop, how people are able to learn things. And it was out of control, and it changed my whole perspective of food in general. And so typically when you see a food pantry, everyone thinks of cans. And so our goal as the ACE Food Pantry is changing this, changing the perspective from just cans, dry goods, and oh, only poor people go here. Because at the end of the day, yes, cans are very important, but in order to grow, in order to develop, in order to get the vitamins and nutrients that they need, we should be focusing on things that we would like to eat as well. So going back to the photo of the burger and going back to the photo of the really fancy meal, we should all be wanting to reach out and just provide food for everyone, not just the foods that we don't want. And so that includes college students. When we typically want fruit, why is it that people only want to donate their canned green beans? And yes, it's still a source of nutrients and it's still good for you, but we should be wanting to donate the good things that college students want as well. So the things that you would want to grab, things that you would want to get, should be the same items that we should be seeing in the food pantry, because that's really beneficial. And so yes, the pantry is open on Tuesdays from 2 to 6 and also on Sundays from 6 to 8. And we're really proud of it. We're really proud of how it's growing, but there's definitely room for improvement. And the main thing, especially for me, is getting rid of that stigma and also just being able to work together to figure out how can we provide resources and be available for everyone to provide healthy things so that people aren't getting deficiencies, people aren't suffering, and that people are just not embarrassed. And yes, it does depend, like we all need to come together to work on this, and it's definitely possible. And I know that Purdue and the Purdue community, the West Lafayette community will be better. It will thank us. We will all be better. And that's the 7-minute spiel. Science.